This is a particular project that we did for Vic Roads, where we were travelling along the different roadways. If you look down to the centre image, you can see, signage on your left, you can see a barrier on your left, you can see an approaching truck, you can see how narrow that road is, you can see the road lines. So the wonderful thing with the systems that we've been assembling is that in capturing with high resolution cameras, learning how to trigger it really effectively, using great accuracy in terms of not just GPS, GNSS, but also inertial systems, we're able to travel along the road and we're able to actually map points and lines, polylines and polygons to create really good information about, the signs and the assets along the roadway. But it doesn't just stop with assets. I mean, think about the vegetation, think about, storm damage, the trees. Earlier this year up in the Dandenongs, we had an enormous number of trees that fell and took out power lines and closed roads and communities, and for actually days and days, and in some cases weeks, people didn't have power. This is an advantage of actually having captured these roads. If you look on the image to the left, you can see that we're able to swivel the image in situ as we travel along the roadway. So capture once, use it many times on the desktop, and we can actually look to the side and look at vegetation. We can actually capture, say maybe native garden beds, look at barriers and bollards and information that's on the side. Maybe it's for weed management. Perhaps we're looking at precarious trees or vegetation management under power lines. We've come down to 4 key processes. The first is to go to the field and to map and manage and capture that. Now, that requires a lot of hardware, a lot of technology, a lot of insight in how you set up, measure and focus your equipment to do the job at hand. So the first part of that is actually setting up your equipment and going to the field and capturing that. And you have to think about, weather conditions. You have to think about, sunshine and daylight hours. You have to think about shadow. So when you are going to the road, and going to the field, you actually have to look at, well, the equipment is suitable for this particular type of daytime environment. And you plan your routes and you go out and collect. Now, the second step is to actually post-process all that data to make it useful and usable. So the interesting thing is that while it might look like video, it's actually a series of still triggered images. And when you process that with the IMU data, you're able to get it to extraordinarily highly precise seamed images, so that you can take the measurements that you need and get within the parameters that your clients need. And that's what we focus on: speed, accuracy, precision. So post-processing it with the right data is also really key, and having the right computing systems to do that. The third step is actually sitting down and doing that feature extraction. So, training up your team, having them being able to measure, map, and create data with a very high degree of accurate information or intelligence associated with that. Now, this is where it now becomes a bit of fun, because we can look at images and start to think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and that really comes down to classification. And you need a lot of data points to classify and perhaps start to feature extract. So we're taking you on this journey. So the fourth level there is the opportunity to actually have that data hosted in a web server, such as an AWS, and that's the type of thing that we would do. We provide a managed service to provide our clients with a 360-degree street view that's personalised to their specific needs. But also there's the opportunity to be able to have them classify and to do feature extraction of things that are going to reoccur in their environment.